So here we are with another episode of Interviews with the Artistic Biker Live. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm here today with Andrew Hoffman of Artistic Impressions Tattoo Studio. And man, this place is cool. I'll show you some shots as we go through here of how clean and well lit this place is. And they've got a ton of artists here. And I happen to catch Andrew in between clients on kind of a slow night.
You got lucky today.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. I walked in on a Tuesday night and it's really empty. So Andrew's sitting here saying, "Dude, it's either talk to you or go outside and smoke cigarettes, right?"
I've already done one of them.
And he's already done one of them. So I'm going to hit him up with the questions here, and let's see what Andrew's responses are. And so Andrew, when did you first realize you were an artist?
Man, it was probably the first time my mom put my picture of scribbling on the fridge. You know what I mean? That's made me feel good inside. You know what I mean? Mom appreciated my artwork, even though it was just scribbles.
So
and it was like, it's kind of like chasing the dragon on that one. You know what I mean? I want to find that hive that in your picture on the refrigerator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it was Picasso that said everybody's born an artist, and the trick is to stay an artist as you become an adult.
I mean, it's easy to get lazy, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, what has been your biggest help along the way?
Probably just having people encourage me, you know what I mean, pushing me to continue what I do, you know what I mean, just being myself mostly, as well as pursuing things that excite me, like creating artwork, you know what I mean, like,
All right, man. What's been your biggest struggle?
Man, probably just dealing with people in general, like every day I meet anywhere from numerous people. It really doesn't matter. It's hard to put a number on, honestly. But imagine meeting new people every day, connecting with them on a personal level. You're doing something personal for them. It's hard to remember his name sometimes because you meet them. That's not very good. And that's a struggle I have. Because, interfacing with different people on a daily basis, like dealing with what they've got going on and trying to assist them in that. You know what I mean?
So I come in with a picture in my mind. How do you get that picture from my mind onto my shoulder blade?
That is the hardest, trying to figure out what people have in their mind. Of course, I'll ask you if you have any references. Do you have any imagery of what you have or what you're wanting? If not, I'll ask you, what are you wanting, man?
Yeah,
what do you want, buddy?
It's kind of like a tree with wheels and fire coming out.
Okay. Then I'll ask you about how big. And then I'll just shoot at the hips, man. I hope you love it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's about right.
So, all right, now, when we talked about this before, my issue would be the blood and the ink. How do you go from being that kid drawing on your mom's refrigerator, or rather drawing the artwork that your mom puts on the refrigerator, to going home every day having to deal with that blood and that ink that you're writing off all the time?
Well, I've disappointed my mom a lot.
Love you, Mom.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I pursued arts in school as much as I possibly could, right? For the amount of money I had reached the pinnacle of what I was able to learn from people. And I really wasn't really enjoying hourly jobs. I was like in like a vacuum artistically, like there's just sucking inwards, you know what I mean? Like in a stagnation, you know what I mean? So,
I think every artist knows what you mean.
Yeah, so on the way home from my terrible hourly job, after school, I stopped by two studios. One of them was like a lawnmower repair shop. It was really sketchy looking. I went in, there was an apprentice tattooing himself. Looked nasty. I never went back there. And then down the road, another guy said that he wasn't really needing help, but I could hang out. I didn't fit in where I was living, I wasn't from the town, so I hung out there. I had no friends, right? And one day I got to draw. She came in, she wanted to butterfly with American flags in the wing, right? Super simple stuff.
Sure.
And I drew it before they could pull it up on Google or anything that she thought looked similar to what she had imagined, right? And my boss said, "Can we give you a shot?" And then I became an indentured servant for about 2 years as an apprentice,
Right.
Luckily I didn't draw any for domain myself.
How many times did you have to do the fonts, go over the alphabet, lettering? Because that's a permanent thing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's experience in becoming an artist, especially tattooer, is varies greatly. You know what I mean? Like the guy that I used to work for had a drug problem, so he wasn't there a lot of the time. 3 months after I did my first tattoo as an apprentice, 3 months into my apprenticeship, I had the studio key as the manager. I was a studio manager working at that job as a full-time artist. So there wasn't a lot of practice for me. The practice was on paying clients.
Sorry, man, I can't
It's
figure
not
it out
very
either.
forgiving. It was thrown in there, fly or die. You know what I mean? That's about it. I have messed people up, but those are just mistakes that you have to learn from, especially in this industry. You know what I mean?
Sure. I've got two other friends that are tattoo artists. I've got Clayton Huey in Oklahoma City. He's the one that did this one for me. And his story is that when he first started out, he did the Native American art, and he met somebody who said you should do tattoo work. And when they got him started, he had to do hours and hours and hours and hours. And then now when you walk up to him and say I need lettering, he's like, oh, you want Hebrew lettering?
Yes, immediate.
And then I have another friend, Jurian, who lives in Oregon. He's from the Netherlands or Norway, or
A fjord.
one of them places where it's cold and water is salt.
Okay.
Anyway, he's classically trained. He's got like a master's level degree in art, and he comes to New York and he can't get a job because he's a foreigner. And he's classically trained, and he's struggling. He works as a doorman, and one day he gets a job as a tattoo artist. And the next thing you know, he's working his way across the country, making more money as a tattoo artist than he did anything else. He has an art studio in Oregon now, and he was on the teaching art at the Oregon State University.
That was originally my end game. Like, I wanted to become an art teacher, but then, I got a big neck tattoo. Disappointed my mom can't do that now. You know what I mean? Can't be an art teacher.
I don't know. My wife's an art teacher, and she's got like a baby dragon on her shoulders.
She's rocking it, man.
And a quad on her. Anyway.
Lucky.
Okay, so My Way, Elvis or Sinatra? Do you even know who those people are? You're young.
I know who Elvis and Sinatra are. I'm not certain what you're asking me.
The song, My Way. I did it my way.
I'll go with Sinatra.
No, you're just guessing.
I'm guessing. You like that? Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. What is your go-to technique?
As my style in tattooing, more so illustrative. Like, there's American traditional, there's hyper-realism. I am in the middle somewhere. I like to use outlines. I like to do cast shadows if I'm able to, you know what I mean? But, like, neither one of those particular styles have either one of those particular styles things incorporated into them, you know what I mean? I'm in the middle.
Right. So, so you're gonna fill a space. You've already done. Somebody comes in and says, I want a koi, and I want horns coming out of it, and I want flames for the tail, and then I want this area around here filled in.
Yes.
When you go to fill that area in, what do you fill it in with? Do you just go to color? Or do you just go? Do you have a go-to technique for that, or do you just say, hey, let's put scales?
If it's a fish, I'm gonna put it in water, man. It's gonna get some fingery waves and splashes if I can.
If I just came in and said I want a tattoo, and you said, what do you want? I said, I don't know, surprise me. What would you do?
What would I do? I would give you
never do that, people.
a skull on fire.
Never ever do that.
It'd be a skull on fire.
You're liable to get somebody's genitals. This is what
I
some
only
of
work
these people-
from live references.
Oh my God.
It'd be mine.
Your skull on fire or your genitals? All right. I did that. I brought that up. That was all me. No. White canvas is syndrome. Are you familiar with white canvas syndrome?
Oh, yes.
How does that apply to the tattoo world, and how do you deal with it?
I mean, well, because I'm a tattooer, I'm not getting to draw my own ideas necessarily, so if you don't have an idea, I'll send you on your way, man.
Right.
I can't help you if you can't help yourself. You know what I mean?
You're not just going to do a skull with flames.
I honestly couldn't do that.
Exactly.
That's a lack of integrity, man.
Exactly.
I can't bring it. I can't bring myself to it.
So is this all the art you do, or do you do art on canvas also?
Very rarely, man. They're in my backpack.
That was another tattooist coming in looking for a smoke.
Another guy. And honestly, I go home every night. If I have clients the next day, I'm drawing for that client the next day. You know what I mean? If it's a bigger piece, I'm going home and drawing on that big piece.
Right.
So I rarely have time to really do my own artwork. It's kind of a bummer, but I'm still drawing and progressing every day. I'm drawing, you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm really losing out, but you know.
I think that's the story for. I think that's probably the story for all artists that work professionally as artists because
Lies.
lies. He's out there saying lies. I think that's the story for all artists that work professionally as artists because you spend your day as a making money. Yeah, well, let's say you're a graphic designer and that's what you do, or you're a screen printer and that's what you do, or you're a tattooist and that's what you do. When you go home, my wife's an art teacher. When she gets home, she's grading paper.
Yeah.
She's not doing her own art. I owned a studio for 6 years, and I didn't do hardly any of my own art because I was too busy trying to promote the studio.
Exactly.
It becomes overwhelming. Okay, so
I get bogged down in other stuff.
yeah. Game of Thrones and
Yes.
some of those videos.
If I'm going to be drawing, that'll probably be on in the background.
Okay, so how do you address failure? Because sometimes, man,
I mean,
oops.
you're always as an artist, you're always your own worst critic. I just want to be better every day. Everything I do. Even just now, I did a tattoo earlier. I've done 2 tattoos today. I want them to be better.
Right.
The same example of mom putting stuff on the fridge. You know what I'm saying? Like a week later, damn, that stuff on the fridge is terrible. And that's every day. That's every day I'm doing permanent stuff, and there's regrets.
And it's permanent.
It's permanent.
Yeah. And we're not talking the little mistakes where it's like, I can cover that up with some shading.
Making life choices.
We're talking that's a skull and it has 2 left eyes.
The gentleman that trained me, the drug user, gave my lady 6 fingers.
6
so
fingers.
I've lived with this, and I get it. I get the people's remorse, you know what I mean? So I understand. I have some compassion for that, and I try my best, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, what is your greatest artistic success so far?
A while back I did a cover up, and you couldn't see it at all.
You did a cover up and you couldn't see it at all.
You couldn't see any of it. It's like you build something, right? You fix a car that's broken down, and then it starts. Yes, you know what I mean? That's rewarding.
It was a neck phallus, and you turned it into the tree of life.
Yes. I mean, nobody wants that on their neck.
Right. Okay, what was it, though? And do you have a picture of it?
Yes.
Right. We'll put it on the picture.
A lady, she had gone 1990s. Everybody was getting nautical stars. She got a lower back tattoo, a tramp stamp, if you will, of a nautical star surrounded by nautical stars. It was like, I covered it up with some leafy foliage and yellow roses.
Cool.
Worked.
Cool. I've been trying to get rainbows and dolphins on my lower back.
Whatever your heart desires, man.
Maybe some handlebars across my shoulder blades.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You've got the idea. That's the first step, man.
The fact that you would help me out with that scares me.
It is.
All right.
No morals.
So man, I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, man.
with us again. Do you have anything you want to promote? Anything going on coming up that you want to talk about?
I am sitting around right now, and I wish I was tattooing. Come get tattooed by me. That'd be cool.
Come to Artistic Impressions Tattoo Studio.
I can draw stuff.
Are we in Houston proper, or are we in Katy?
We call it Katy.
We call it Katy. It's on the Katy Freeway out here.
This is Houston.
It's all Houston.
It's all Houston.
Because it doesn't.
It has a bit annexed, but
there's no line. There's no
Parker Cypress.
No delineator.
That makes no
no
sense.
delineator. All right. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Peace out.
Bye,
y'all.
you guys.